If you're a young person and you have started seeing some money in your life, either from your job or from your business, you have some cash flow. If you don't want to go broke in the nearest future, there's something very important that you should know and apply to your life. It's the fact that there's a huge difference between what you can buy and what you can afford. Ideally, this should be obvious, but unfortunately, it isn't. The distinction is very simple. What you can buy is a function of numbers, whereas what you can afford is a function of proper analysis. Money is a very deceitful thing, especially when there's cash flow in your business or you have a stable income in your job. At the end of the month, you're expecting 500k every end of the month. Or in your business, you've gotten to a point where your monthly recurring revenue is around, let's say, 5 million to 10 million naira. Yeah, because you have that cash flow, you now believe, right, that you can afford everything that comes with that amount that you have in your account. Let me give you an example. So first time I started making some decent money was when I was on campus in 200 level. I was selling shoes and caps, right? And at the end of the week, I'll see about 30k, 40k, which was decent money in 2016, 2017, right? But then I didn't have financial literacy. So I would literally spend everything. What was I spending on? Suya. I was spending it on suya. I was spending it on bread because I've never been an outing person, so it was just not my thing. Instead of using like normal transport, I'll probably use an Uber. All right, so that was what I was spending my money on. But then when that business shut down and I started another business in 400 level, that was now making me really decent money. I was making like 200k plus at the end of every month. And I'll give myself sense. I remember that year, which was 2019, I believe, I was using this techno phone. And my folks, the people that were working with me at the time, were like, Victor, change this your phone now. Buy an iPhone 6, because an iPhone 6 was such a big deal at the time. And that year was like 70k. I refused to buy this iPhone 6. Do you know why? When I started being intentional about my finances, there was this quote where I heard that if you cannot buy that liability twice, you can't afford it. I multiplied my own by 3. And I told myself that, oh boy, if you cannot afford this thing 6 times, don't buy it. Do not use this rule. It is just the rule I use for myself because of the extreme phase that I was in at the time, right? And then I applied it. I did not buy that iPhone 6 until I could afford it at least like 4 times. Right, then I eventually bought it. In very simple terms, if all you have home and abroad is 10 million naira in your account and you're not investing in a ride hailing service like Uber or Bolt, right, you're just buying a car for the sake of pleasure, it is not a wise decision to buy a car of 9.5 million naira, because you have been told that when you buy a car, it will help you change the way you view life and all of that. It will help you change a lot of things. It would change how people perceive you. That is a certainty. But do that when you can afford it. Purchasing the car is only the beginning of several expenses. You're going to service that car, right? You're going to fuel it. You're going to maintain it when inevitably something happens to it, right? So you are signing up for frequent expenses. It's just like the people that build houses too, all right? So you have 40 million naira. And you want to build a duplex that you know is going to cost you about 200 million naira at the end of the day, and you now use 35 million naira out of the 40 million naira and put and do foundation and start your building project, bros. I know you're making money and you want the world to know that more things have changed for you drastically, but relax, okay? That you can buy it with the money that you have doesn't mean that you can afford it.